Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. Right, this is just a review from my perspective of this stuff. Expanding foam sealing tape, thermal and acoustic seal. And what it's for is for this. Now, I was just going to use normal expanding foam, but I did some reading and I can vouch for this. Over the years, the stuff isn't very flexible, so it breaks apart, and then you can hear it crackling and crunching every time it moves. So the idea of this stuff is this is a flexible tape, and apparently this will expand, and I genuinely don't know I can't remember what size I bought, but apparently this will expand quite considerably, sort of, that way, as it were, vertically, if you will. So hopefully we'll be able to put that under there. I'm just going to give that surface a good clean up because it is self-adhesive. So I'm going to give the surface under there a good clean up, put a piece across, and there's quite an enormous gap there, and I think we're going to struggle with that. I might have to look at just doing something else with that. As you can see, it's quite a gap, that. Should certainly be able to get under there, certainly under there, and round under there. So this is the first time I've ever used this product. I saw it recommended on a YouTube channel. I have no idea, but I decided, well, what the hell, we'll give it a go. So I'm going to just clean all this lot up, and I shall be back when I've done that and we've got a proper keyed surface to start with. Okay, it tells me to discard the first 5 centimetres. So I'm going to cut that off. I've taken it out of the package. It says to use immediately. I'm going to struggle here, so I'm going to use expanding foam in there, but simply because I've got no other way of doing it. So I'm going to fill that with expanding foam, but obviously all the other areas we should be okay to use this on. I've just given it a bit of a wipe down, a bit of a clean. It isn't perfect by any means. I'm not that fussy. So let's cut some of this off and let's see how we go. Now, I am sorry, I don't really have much of a tripod, I'm sorry. Right, let's get my knife. It certainly feels strange, and yeah, apparently within 45 minutes it will have expanded. So I'm sorry, I'm having to work with reasonable speed. Okay, and you can see this is peeling off. So I'm going to do, let's start, yeah, here. Okay, so I'm just going to, I just want it to sit as flush as I can get it, because I'm going to be putting skirting boards on here. It isn't sticking very well to this surface, but I suppose once it's actually in situ and it starts to expand, it might actually hold itself in anyway under its own adhesion. That's just torn the backing strip off. I'm sorry, I am genuinely trying to do the best job I can here of showing you this. And incidentally, it's worth noting that what I know about DIY, you can write on the back of a stamp with a bingo marker, but that is actually starting already to expand. So you do have to work with some rapidity. But there we go. As I say, I make no claims that that is anything like brilliant, perfect. So I'm just hoping it's enough for this to do what it says it does. So it's 10 to 2. So hopefully in the not too, let's just have let's grab that. Right, okay. It certainly does appear to be filling that gap. I think, you know, just for curiosity, I think what I'm going to do, if I can make the foam just stand up of its own volition. There we go. And I'm just gonna, shall we just watch that for a few minutes and see what happens? And I'll speed up the clip, but I'm curious myself as to how. Yeah, that definitely looks like it's definitely expanding. But I'm going to leave it to do it. Sorry, this is I've got to start off. Once you've unpacked it, it starts to expand. So you have to be sort of ready. So I'm going to move on and do the next bit. I am sorry, but that'll be an interesting little area to see there. But certainly that is expanding. Wow, there isn't much on a reel, I will be honest. But if it does what it says it does, I don't care. Oh yeah, that looks straight away, look, that's starting to expand. And apparently this will do thermal, protect against acoustic issues. So, but it isn't cheap, and as you can see, that hasn't done much at all. Right, sorry, I'll just zoom back to normality. Okay, so that was about half an hour basically, and as you can see, now I said I wasn't going to, I had really no other choice. So I've put expanding foam in there, but it's only for that meter and it's not going to be a problem. Nobody's going to be walking on there. But this stuff, that's yeah, I'm genuinely happy with that. I'm impressed with that. Especially to do a gap. I mean, that's an inch gap up there, as you saw. At least it's about 26 mil, and it's still got another 15 minutes of expansion time, so it is completely plausible it'll go even bigger. So yes, folks, if you're in the same situation as me and you need to do this, I would absolutely say to you, yeah. Oh, now then, look at this. This is a gap, to be honest, as you can see. So let's just have a look. Let's see if we can get any sort of... So that's not far off 2 inches that it's expanded to. And as I said, there is still 15 minutes left. Now you can see there's a lip on there because there is just this is a substantial sort of gap. And as you can see, look, it's managed that. So, yes, folks, I absolutely genuinely pause it if you wish, it's just the instructions. So, I mean, admittedly, mine is, well, air and dust seal level, but that's all I need it to be. Yeah, folks, yeah, I'm dead chuffed with that. I'm sorry it's a bit of a long video, but I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. So I hope you find it useful. I'm not a DIYer by any means, but I just saw, I can't think of the name of the channel, Charlie Does DIY or something. If I find it again, I'll link to it, because it was him that put me onto this stuff, and obviously, as you can see, it's worked as well for me as it did for him. Thanks for watching. Okay, so it's been a good 3/4 of an hour. So I just wanted to show you that this expanded to, as near as makes no odds, a full 2 inches, which I think is remarkable. So it's still quite dense, but considering that it was sort of that thickness and now it's almost, well, as near as makes no odds, 2 inches. Yeah, I have absolutely no hesitation in recommending that stuff at all.